Ever poured hot water over your coffee and seen that lively, bubbling reaction, the bloom? But what happens when there's barely a fizz, or nothing at all? One of the biggest culprits is coffee freshness. Freshness and bloom are intrinsically linked, and understanding this relationship is key to brewing better coffee. Freshly roasted coffee beans are packed with carbon dioxide, a natural byproduct of the roasting process. This gas remains trapped within the bean structure and gradually escapes over time. The fresher the coffee, the more carbon dioxide it retains, and consequently, the more dramatic the bloom you'll witness when hot water is introduced. As coffee ages, the carbon dioxide levels steadily decline. This directly translates to a weaker bloom during brewing. While older coffee can still be brewed, the extraction might become more even due to less gas interference, but the resulting flavor often lacks the vibrant aromatics and complexity of a freshly roasted batch. In essence, a strong, lively bloom is generally a reliable indicator that your coffee is fresh, aromatic, and ready to deliver its best flavors. You can often gauge the freshness of your coffee with a quick visual assessment of its bloom. Strong bubbling indicates recently roasted coffee, typically within the optimal window of 2 to 14 days post-roast. Mild bloom suggests the coffee is slightly older, around 2 to 4 weeks past its roast date. It might still offer a decent flavor profile. No bloom usually signifies that the coffee is likely stale, often exceeding a month past its roast date. I remember discovering a forgotten bag of beans tucked away in the back of my pantry. The roast date was a sobering 2 months prior. When I brewed my usual V60, the result was anticlimactic. No characteristic puff or bubbles, just flat, lifeless coffee grounds. The taste mirrored the visual, muted and disappointingly dull. That day, the absence of a bloom taught me a valuable lesson. The bloom is often the first and most obvious sign of a coffee's freshness. To consistently achieve the best bloom and consequently the most flavorful cup, keep these tips in mind. Check the roast date. Aim to brew your beans within 7 to 21 days after roasting for the sweet spot of bloom and flavor. Buy whole beans. Pre-ground coffee releases its precious carbon dioxide much faster, diminishing its bloom potential. Grind right before brewing. Even freshly roasted whole beans will lose their ability to bloom effectively if ground too far in advance. Store properly. Utilize airtight, opaque containers and protect your beans from moisture, heat, and light, all of which accelerate degassing. Experiment with degassing. Interestingly, ultra-fresh beans just 1 or 2 days off roast can sometimes overbloom, leading to uneven saturation. Allowing them a few days to degas can actually improve the bloom and extraction. While a vigorous bloom is generally a positive sign of freshness, a massive bloom isn't always indicative of a superior brew. An overly enthusiastic bloom can sometimes create so much carbon dioxide release that it actually hinders even saturation of the grounds. This is why the recommended bloom time of 30 to 45 seconds is crucial. It allows sufficient gas to escape while preparing the coffee bed for thorough and even extraction. The bloom is more than just a visual spectacle, it's a vital indicator of your coffee's freshness and its potential to deliver a truly exceptional brew. Pay close attention to how your coffee reacts when it first meets hot water. A beautiful bloom often foreshadows a delightful cup, while its absence might signal that it's time to invest in some fresher beans to revitalize your coffee ritual.